to my channel. Welcome back. Today we are doing something a little different, but something that in my opinion is very important to understand when it comes to counterpart energy. I was just working on my video on what are their names? Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. I haven't recorded it yet. I'm still in the preparing phase, but pretty much done. And what I noticed is they have a lot in common, like a lot, especially when it comes to the first three signs: sun, moon, rising. Those are the most important signs, and they have the sun in the same sign, moon in the same sign, and the rising sign almost in the same sign, because she's got it at 1 degree Leo. And 1 degree Leo basically means she still has Cancer energy when it comes to her rising sign, because it's not Cancer, boom, all of a sudden Leo. There is a merging of energies, and at 1 degree there's definitely a merging between energies going on. But also it's yin yang, of course, because Cancer and Leo are counterpart energy. They're the moon and the sun. And since they have a lot in common, and I am preparing their video, I was thinking about something I would want to add a little detour, but then I decided no, I'm going to do that detour separately, so that even people who don't watch this video about Ben and Jennifer are going to understand what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to introduce myself real quick. My name is Janine. I am a spiritual coach. I have been doing that since the early 2000s, since I was mid 2000s, maybe 2004 or 5. And I am an astrologer, and I specialized on divine counterpart astrology because it is different. It is really different from traditional astrology when it comes to love. I mean, we do have the Synastry, and I'm going into the Synastry as well. That's still accountable, that is still important. But when it comes to twin flames, for example, there is extra factors that you need to use. I couldn't think of the right word, sorry. And that is what I specialized in. I did a lot of research because I was not satisfied at all with what I found on information out there. So I did the research myself. I channeled a lot since I am a medium. I asked Spirit for guidance, and this is what I got basically. You can see it in my videos. I do have a video about divine counterparts, different type of divine counterparts. We are going to different aspects of astrology as well, and this is kind of like repeating that but adding on to that information as well. So if you would like to book your own analysis, like the videos you may have seen already, then you can do that. This video of Jennifer and Ben, I don't know when I'm going to upload that. I assume this video you're watching right now I will do before that video, so watch out for the video that will come later on. And if you want to label it, I would think that Ben and Jennifer may be mirror twins because of all the things they have in common. And we just talked about 3 things. There is more, of course. So I believe that they're not twin flames, neither split twin flames nor monadic twin flames, but still they do have divine counterpart energy. And I think if you want to label them, the appropriate label would be mirror twins. Why? Because of the sameness. However, sameness is not really a thing in twin flame connections. Sameness is important, but not to that extent. Why? Because often when you have a lot of sameness, you don't complement each other because you're too much alike. And that is something that I found within Ben and Jennifer. That likeness could be cause some problems actually, which is okay, because every divine counterpart has some difficulties because it's important to overcome them. They come with lessons, they come with these squares. However, they do have amazing things in their horoscope, but they do have some rather difficult aspects. And we're going to talk about that. But the problems I found with them is that there is a lot of sameness going on, which is amazing when it comes to the positive qualities, but it can be a bit harsh when it comes to the negative qualities, and then you can create some kind of chaos. So divine counterparts. We were talking in the other video about soul twins. I haven't found a soul twin celebrity couple yet, but I already did a couple of videos. Soul twins is not twin souls or twin flames. Again, please watch my video on different kind of soul connections, but they do have a lot of trines going on, a lot of flow energy. It's very easy energy. It's finding that special person, connecting, often love at first sight. No, not a lot of chaos unless you do have some unhealed stuff. For some people, they are a catalyst to prepare them for another kind of soul connection, like the split twin connection. But if they don't have split twins and their soul twin is their divine counterpart, it's very easy. That's the type of twin flames that come together and stay together right away. And there is learning, of course, going on, but it's not that chaotic. Then we do have the split twins. And split twins often have a lot of sameness, but a lot of differences. So that is what you will find there. And by difference, I mean opposites. And in my split twin connection and me, for example, we're both... This is, by the way, my own birth chart, if you were wondering. Because I'm going to explain it a lot based on my personal experiences. Because that's always the easiest to relate to when I'm trying to explain something. So you see, I'm a Virgo sun. My opposite would be Pisces. And in my split twin connection, he was not a Pisces, he was a Virgo as well. So there was sameness. However, you see, I am a Gemini rising and Sagittarius descending. And he was the opposite. He was he's still alive. I'm just talking about in past tense because he's no longer in my life, right? But he was for me a catalyst to prepare me for my Monadic Twin Flame. And again, if you have questions about that, watch the other video about different kind of divine counterpart connections or twin flame connections. But and also it's not a video about then I had my shadow twin and then that twin and then that twin and then that twin. It's not exactly like that. It's not labeling someone and then realizing, oh, I labeled that person falsely and then trying to find a new label for them. It's not really what was going on. But anyway, he was a Sagittarius rising and Gemini descending, so quite the opposite, which means that when his sun is in Virgo as well, it was in the opposite house. So we did have opposites, even though both Virgo suns, it is a complete different house, so complete different energy. And also everything of course was different. We both had Venus in Leo, which is not surprising because Venus and Mercury can never be far from the sun. So if you are a Virgo sun or any sign, Mercury is likely in the same sign or one sign before, one sign after. Venus can be up to 2 signs apart, which is rarely. Usually happens when there's been retrogrades going on, but usually Venus would also be in the same sign or one sign before, one after. So it was not surprising that he was a Leo, Venus Leo as well, but in the opposite house. So we had sameness but opposites as well. That is how it transpired for us. And often in split twin connections you would find opposites. For example, one person Venus Leo, the other person, well, it's not possible if you're both Virgo suns, as I said, that the Venus would be in the opposite sign. But let's talk about Moon Aquarius and Moon Leo, Aqua Moon. That would be something that would be hinting on a split twin. However, you need to have sameness. So you may have opposite moons, but then you most likely have the same sun sign or the same rising sign. Or if you have opposite moons, then you both have it in the 10th house, for example. So there is a lot of oppositions. Not opposition, I'm not talking about synastry. I'm talking about opposing energies and a lot of similarity going on, which is important. And that is basically why I am doing this video. That is what I was thinking about when I made the video about Ben, the preparation for Ben and Jennifer. We do have all the sameness, and that of course made me thinking about split twins often having the opposite energy in some way. Like again, for my twin, split twin, and or you could say Kyla's twin and me, it was the opposing rising signs, which of course again put everything into different houses, opposing houses if you do have sameness. So it is important for split twins that tend to have the oppositions. And why do they have the oppositions? I mean, again, please watch that video on divine counterparts. I go in detail there. But they have a shared oversoul that eventually split. So they're not half souls. That does not happen. You cannot have half a soul. It's like mitosis in biology, or imagine to have identical twins. It is one fertilized egg that split into two, and you don't have two half humans when you have identical twins. You have two people, two humans that are perfect on their own but still kind of belong together. And that is what happens in split twin flames. They are their own person. Every soul has their own soul, but still they kind of complete each other. But even if you separate twins, they're still their own. They have their own personality. They're still their own person. They do not die. If, for example, they were split at birth and never met each other and didn't know the other existed, or they move into different cities, for example, they're still their own people, and that is with split twins as well. However, they have a shared oversoul, and when they split, they always have to be either more feminine or masculine, because oppositions are always either feminine or masculine. Aries is the first sign, and it's the first house. Libra is the 7th house, and all odd houses are masculine houses. All even houses are feminine houses. And why are they either? Again, that's going too far right now. You can watch that video. I suggested like a couple of times right now. So they split up in opposing energies. One is more the feminine, one more the masculine. And yes, I know that kind of goes against what I just said, but I do explain it in the other video. But they have opposing energies. And we do find that in astrology as well. Split twin flames must have some opposing energy to be a split twin flame. That is important. And again, it can be different rising signs. It can be opposing sun signs, opposing moon signs, but there needs to be some sameness. And it doesn't have to be with, for example, the sun sign. When I said, yeah, we're both Virgos, but in opposing houses, it could be, for example, having the same rising sign but different sun signs, or different moon sign, or the same moon sign but different opposing sun signs. It could be in different ways. Okay, not every split twin flame exactly has opposing rising signs like my split twin and I did, or the same sun sign in opposite houses. It could be opposing signs. But you will find when we're talking about personal planets, of course, we're not talking about as much as Saturn or Jupiter or everything past Mars here. Okay, we're talking about the personal planets and the AC. That is important. But what happens if you don't have anything in common? Again, split twins, they must have things in common as well, because they share an oversoul. So there must be common energy. And that's the important part. They share an oversoul, so they have energies in common, and some of the energy is split, opposing, polarizing. and that is important for their progress. And I wanted to talk about a guy I met. For me, it was not romantic at all, but it's a person I met. And you see, I don't have anything Pisces, and the 12th house I only have Chiron in there. So that guy, my opposition would be Pisces, and I was just saying a split twin. It was not a split twin. It's just to explain this. A split twin can be your opposite. You know, with Cancer it could be Capricorn. With Taurus it could be Scorpio. But that can be difficult if you don't have the things in common like split twins do. That is necessary. Because that guy was a Pisces. Not just Sun. Oh my God, he was everything Pisces. He was Sun, Moon, Venus, and Mars all in Pisces. And then later on I had to laugh so much. I asked him, ask your mom for your exact birth time. Pisces as well. It was hilarious to me. The only thing we did connect with is that he was, or is he still alive, and Mercury in Aquarius. And you see, I do have strong Aquarius because I do have the moon, which is the most crucial aspect. It's, you could say, basically our soul. In Aquarius, also midheaven in Aquarius. So I get Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy is very strong for me because, again, Sun, Moon, Rising are the strongest, and the moon would be the strongest out of those three. So with him and Mercury Aquarius, I got that. We could talk. He was a smart guy, and we were thinking somewhat alike, and we could talk about, we had different opinions about things, but that was it. That was honestly it. And I don't get Pisces energy. I have to admit it, I do not get Pisces energy because it is the polar opposite of me. I do get spiritual energy, of course. Sorry, that's my cat. I do get spiritual energy because I do have the Moon Pluto trine here. I do have the South Node in the 8th house in Capricorn, and it's the Pluto house. I'm a Mars in Scorpio, and Mars is one of the personal planets. So I do get Scorpio, I do get Pluto energy. Pluto is one of the very spiritual signs as well. The 8th house is the occult house. It is the past life house. It is the mediumship house. It's more connected to dead people, deceased people, connecting to deceased people when you have strong Pluto in your chart, or strong Scorpio, or a strong 8th house. But when you learn to connect to one energy, on the other side you can of course connect to other energies as well. So I do get that kind of spirituality, the shadow work, the occult, all that is Pluto energy, the mediumship, the diving deep, the psychology, the understanding of energies, the research. Also, of course, I do get Aquarius spirituality very much because Aquarius energy is connected to the crown chakra, these knowing, the downloads, the trying again to understand everything. Then I get the Virgo part. Virgo is connected in Tarot to the Hermit, and the Hermit is the most spiritual out of the minor arcana, as you could say. Oh, well, maybe not the most, the High Priestess as well. But Hermit is going to reflect, whereas Pisces energy is Pisces is connected to Neptune, and Neptune has no limits. It's a gas planet. So Pisces energy is a bit like all over. It's like a sponge sucking in everybody else's energy. Whereas Virgo energy, it's the polar opposite. It's going within yourself. It's not sucking or taking in everybody else's energy. It's about understanding your own self-reflection, and again, polar opposite of Pisces. So that is the kind of spirituality that I get, that I understand. Pisces is very foreign to me. It's like an alien, you could say. I mean, I understand about being an alien in quotations mark. Not I don't resonate with being a starseed. But you know, Moon in Aquarius, you are a bit of the oddball, the outsider. So I get that. There's a strange one. I get that energy quite a lot, of course. But Pisces energy, I don't get it because it is my polar opposite. It would be okay, of course, I would get it if, for example, I would have my sun in Virgo but in the 12th house, in the Pisces house. Or if instead of my moon, Pluto and Saturn trine, I would have, I have a sextile to Neptune. Sextiles are not as strong as trines, so the other energy is just too dominant. So I get that Pisces spirituality a bit, yeah, but for me it's in the 7th house, which is the house of relationships, and it's where my empathy kicks in, understanding the other. It is where my twin flame energy kicks in because Neptune is that transcendental love, and it's in the 7th house with me. It's in the relationship house. So people with a Neptune in the 7th house long for that one person. They don't settle. They know that they have that true person somewhere out there, which can be a bit of a trap. It can be an illusion. If you would have squares here, then you would put people falsely on a pedestal with squares, but you see I don't have any red lines connected to my Neptune. Also, it could be a bit difficult because Neptune is also the planet of drugs and alcohol. So people with Neptune in 7th house may attract people who are addicted to substance, and that has happened in my past. It's happened to me. So I do attract that kind of people in my life. By people I mean men. I don't have any friends where that would be an issue. I mean romantic partners. However, thankfully only like trines and sextiles, nothing negative going on. So that is something that can be overcome. Of course squares can be overcome as well. It's just harder. But again, I don't really get Pisces energy a lot. So that guy was always gonna stay in the friend zone. I told him, like the first meeting, I already met my twin flame. Told him there is somebody I have feelings for. I'm not open for romantic stuff. And I told him a couple of times because he was trying to get out of the friend zone, which was never going to happen. And honestly, it would never have worked out. Never, ever, ever. Because his Pisces energy was so strong. Again, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, and rising sign. Which also indicates that some of those planets were in the 12th house. Which makes it even stronger. And I cannot relate to that energy at all. And it's hard if you have opposites. And again, it would be easier if I would have a stronger Neptune connection, if I would have a stronger 12th house. I mean, I do have Venus here, which again is quite fortunate because it means, yes, I can find that true. I mean, I already have found my twin flame. But a Venus-Neptune trine in the 7th house is something that would also indicate a high-level relationship in my very personal birth chart, of course. Taking a while to get there, of course, since I do have Saturn in Libra. And Saturn in Libra people, or Saturn in the 7th house people, like my twin flame, they find their true spouse later on in life, which also is like true twin flames. They would meet later on in life because they have to have a specific energy. But anyway, what I was trying to say, I know I'm rambling, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to explain my point, is opposites. Yeah, twin flame do have opposite energy, but they need something to ground that. They need to have similar energy as well, or it just would be very, very hard, because there's no balancing this energy. It's just quite opposing. It's not balancing anything. The only thing you could say is, again, that we have in common was his Mercury in Aquarius, and you see the Pisces stuff would be all in my 11th house, which again is the Aquarius house, is the house that is the mind very much. It's because Aquarius energy is connected to the crown chakra. It is the highest thinker out of the air signs. Gemini energy knows a lot about everything. Libra energy knows a lot about everyone. And Aquarius energy is more the I want to have higher knowledge. I want to go deep in my knowledge. So yeah, we could talk very well, but that was it. That did not work out because he tried to get out of the friend zone, and that just created chaos. Anyway, because the opposing signs, they are so different. For example, you have Cancer opposing Capricorn. Cancer is connected to the moon, and the moon is very vulnerable. It's our most vulnerable placement, and so Cancer energy and Pisces energy, of course, is very vulnerable placement. Capricorn is connected to Saturn, which is very rough placement. It's harsh. It can be very harsh. It can be karmic. Saturn is known to be, I believe it is true, the coldest planet. And so we do have the coldest energy opposing the most sensitive energy. How's that supposed to work out if you don't have common ground? For example, one of my best friends, she's a Pisces moon. So she has Pisces, but she's got Capricorn sun. I can relate to that part of her because I have my moon is in the Capricorn house and it is trining Saturn. So I do get Capricorn energy. And I attract Capricorn energy actually quite a lot because my twin flame is the moon in Capricorn, which is my counterpart. Because both are Saturn signs. We have the yang part and the yin part of Saturn. And my split twin, also moon in Capricorn, prepare me for my Monadic Twin Flame. The guy before that, moon in Capricorn and sun in Capricorn, and I believe Venus as well. So Capricorn energy I get. And I get the Capricorn energy in her more than I get the Pisces energy, because she is extremely sensitive, and I love that about her. But it's Virgo energy. Virgo is sassy. Virgo is very honest. Virgo has a very dark and dry sense of humor, and Pisces is extremely vulnerable, extremely sensitive. I'm not saying every Pisces is that, because again you may have other placements, but if it's a lot of Pisces, you may be very sensitive. And I'm a very blunt person. I mean, I'm an Aqua moon. I'm a very blunt person. I can't sugarcoat. Mercury in Libra, I can't sugarcoat if I want to do that. But I'm a very straightforward, blunt person, and that can be a bit tough for Pisces. I'm not trying to hurt people. When I know that they are sensitive, I do sugarcoat. I can. But again, these polar opposites can be a tough placement. Or we do have Mars and Libra. Mars can be very compulsive. Mars can be, if it's not a healthy Mars, or Aries, I meant to say Aries, it can start fights. It can be physical. It can be very energetic. And Libra craves harmony, and Aries is not a very harmonious placement. They're very good when it comes to exploring. They're the adventurous. They're the first sign. They're creating new energy, but they're not a very harmonious placement. Also, it's the first house, which is the I house, and Libra energy is the U house. So there can be a lot of not give and take, but one side taking, one only giving, trying to balance that. That can create something toxic if you do not have same energy as well. And we could do that with all of these signs, basically, with the opposites. I mean, Taurus and Scorpio, they kind of like share the sexual connection, but Taurus more in the sensual, and Scorpio more in the sexual way. But they can be Taurus can be a bit of a lazy sign. They want to explore everything. And I know Mars and Scorpio energy. Mars and Scorpio, it's not the foreplay kind. Taurus is totally the foreplay kind. We're just talking about sex, but you can apply that to everything. They want to indulge. They want to enjoy. Scorpio wants to enjoy as well, but they're more like, it's Mars energy again. It's Mars and Pluto. They can be a bit more impatient on the inside. You don't see it on the outside, but they want to go straight there in pretty much everything. It's like, okay, I want that, I'm going there. So that can, of course, also Scorpio again is a very, very, very spiritual energy. It's the shadow work. And Taurus, it's a Venus sign. They don't like to do the shadow work. They like to enjoy stuff. They like the brightness. They don't like going into the shadows. And so that, of course, can create chaos as well. And we have that with all of the opposing. I mean, that's what it is, opposing energy, because it is the opposite. It's the polar opposite energy. It's they have what the other sign lacks. And that can go very well. It can complement if you do have common ground. If you do not, then you just completely, like, you see each other as aliens. You just do not get each other. You can learn, of course, you can learn anything. Also, you need to watch that. If you have everything opposing, how it looks in the synastry and how it looks in the composite, because that will tell you if you are going to be most likely able to learn it or not, if you're just too different. With Monadic Twin Flames, you do have different energy as well, of course. You must have, because you're complementing each other. That's why you came here as two people to complement. But it is different. It is not polar opposites as much. It is same yet different. And I was already applying it with my twin flames moon signs. We do have the same thing going on with our sun signs, because I'm a Virgo sun, he's a Gemini sun. Why does that go together? Both are ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the ruler for both, which means both share this Mercury energy. They get Mercury energy. If you are, I don't know what's going on with my cat. He's got his 5 minutes today. So Virgo and Gemini get each other because they share that cerebral connection. However, they're different side of the coins. Gemini is the masculine side of Mercury, and Virgo would be the feminine side of the Mercury placement. So they have the same energy. Both have Sun in the same in a sign that is ruled by the same planet. However, yin and yang. And my twin flame also, of course, have it with the moon signs. Capricorn is the feminine, the yin part of Saturn, and Aquarius is the masculine part of Saturn. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, but also, of course, by Uranus. So in twin flames, you have a lot of these placements. I just named two that my twin flame and I have. They're not the only ones, of course, obviously. So you will find a lot of same yet different in Monadic Twin Flames. And the counterpart energy in Monadic Twin Flame would be Cancer and Leo, because they're the moon and the sun. So they go together because... and then the only sign with sun and moon that are completely different. I mean, opposites. Oh wait, give me a second. My cat is somewhere where she's not allowed to be. Okay, I'm so sorry. So we do have Cancer and Leo as counterparts. Then we do have the Mercury signs, would be Gemini and Virgo, because again they do share this Mercury connection, just the other end of the stick. Then we do have the Venus signs. Venus would be Taurus and Libra. So they both have this Venus connection. So if you and your twin flame would have your suns or your moons, it must be a personal, again, it must be sun, moon, rising sign, maybe, but especially sun and moon are important because they're the most important factors. But you will have, if it's the, let's just say it's the sun, it could be the moon. One person has it in Taurus, the other in Libra, means they share this Venus connection. They both have their sun in a Venus sign. So they get each other because it's both Venus. However, Taurus is the feminine side of Venus and Libra is the masculine side of Venus. Then we do have the fight. I would give Scorpio a better chance to fight, and by fighting I don't mean physical, hopefully I mean like arguing. I would give Scorpio a better chance to deal with an Aries than a Libra. Libra could be, oh gosh, they can be sensitive as well. So if a Libra person doesn't have other strong aspects against a mad, angry Aries person, that could not go well. I mean, that could be a bit toxic too if they don't have positive placements because it's fighting energy. Both can be a bit notorious, but you can channel that Mars energy different because Mars is also sex, and that would be an impulsive, good placement for sex. But Mars is also like everything you do, like hobbies, actions you take. So they both have similar energy when it comes to doing things. Just a second. Berrios. 9. I had to yell at my cat because he is staring at my other cat. Talk about Aries and Scorpio energy, huh? Could be explosive. But again, I don't know what signs they are, by the way. They share this sense of activity, going out, having those impulses, even though Aries is the more impulsive because it's the masculine and Scorpio is the feminine, the more receiving energy. But a Scorpio can't keep up with an Aries. That's a good placement. Again, they're masculine and feminine. So they are different within their approach, but still they have shared strong Mars energy within them. So they get each other on that way. And then they complement each other. Then we've got the Jupiter signs. The Jupiter signs are Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter and co-ruled by Neptune and Sagittarius. Because again, they do get that Jupiter energy, that expansion, that plenty energy that I want to experience a lot, maybe even with a lot of people. So Mars in one of those signs doesn't have to be. You need to watch every placement. Could be the more promiscuous signs, for example, for Mars, because Mars is about sexuality and Jupiter signs are about many, multiple, a lot. And of course could be a lot with one person, like those two. And by the way, Mars and Scorpio energy is not, when we're talking about a lot, Scorpio energy is fixed and it is personal. So a Mars and Scorpio person would not be promiscuous at all. It would want to have a lot of sex, of course, but with that one person, because again, Mars, Scorpio energy is fixed. It's fixed on one person. Also, it is very, 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 very emotional. Not like Pisces emotional. Pisces is emotional because they are sponges. They connect with everybody and take in everybody's energy and make it their own. And Scorpio is very sensitive when it comes to their own energy because it's the shadow work. They dive deep. They have that deep, deep, deep personal emotion and very vulnerable placement. So Scorpio energy, of course, is very, very careful on whom they let close because they are actually vulnerable. But anyway, they want to experience a lot. They want to be happy. They crave that Jupiter is fortunes, and I'm not talking necessarily about material fortune because it's not earth signs. It is fortunate when it comes to experience, being happy. So they get that part. But again, we do have the more masculine approach when it comes to Sagittarius, so problem body initiation, and the more feminine, the receiving, and when it comes to Pisces. But they do get each other due to that shared Jupiter energy. And then of course I already named it, we do have the Saturn signs, which would be the masculine Aquarius and the feminine would be Capricorn. So they do have that serious. They do know about a thing about you, about coming down here with some kind of karma to heal. Especially, of course, when it's a moon in either one of those, because the moon would be connected to the mother, would be connected to the childhood. So people with the moon in either one of those signs, people often call them cold. They're not cold. They're just careful and need a time to warm up. Again, yeah, I said Saturn is the coldest placement. But when the moon is in there, they don't want to be cold. Or the sun is a hot placement. They don't want to be cold. They're just cautious. Saturn is a very slow energy to open up. But I mean, Aquarius is known to be the humanitarian placement. And a lot of people, like Princess Diana, she was a moon in Aquarius as well. So moon in Aquarius people, they want to contribute, they want to help, and that's not cold per se. It just needs, it's guarded, needs its time to open up. But at the same time, they want to give security, especially that's the humanitarian placement, that's the security placement. They want to have people feel secure and safe. And that's what they're fighting for with Saturn placement. So they get that seriousness about each other. But again, it's different approaches. Capricorn is building stability, and Aquarius is checking where is that stability good and where do we need to destroy to rebuild. What Capricorn does, build and rebuild. What Aquarius sees, no, this is not working, we need to change that structure. So those are complementary energies. They are the same, Saturn, yet different. So in Monadic Twin Flames, that is what you will see a lot. They have shared planets, their signs, I said that wrong. They don't have shared planets. They have a shared ruler of a planet, like the sun, either in Gemini and Virgo. They have the same ruler, but different energy. So they get it. Their sameness and yet complementary. Whereas this is not necessarily complementary. This is opposition. It is only complementary if you do have sameness as well. So the split twins, when they have the oppositions, they need to have sameness. Whereas with Monadic Twin Flames, when they have the sun, their sign, there already is sameness and opposite. The sameness already is there. They don't need another factor to give that sameness. It's already there. You see where I'm going? Another thing that can be same but different with Monadic Twin Flames, you will see a lot about houses. For example, I know I said that in the other video. We're just talking about the 3 most important things, but we can apply that to all of the signs, because in the Monadic Twin Flame everything would be connected. But I'm a Gemini rising, and my twin flame is a Gemini sun in the 11th house, which is the Aquarius house. So we do have no, let's go back. So he is a Gemini sun in the 11th house, which is the house of Aquarius. I do have moon in Aquarius, so that we have in common. He has got one of his personal sun, moon, rising sign in Aquarius, sorry, in the house of Aquarius, and I have it in the sign. And I do have my moon in Aquarius in the house of Capricorn, and he has his moon in Capricorn. So I do have my moon energy in a house, and he's got the moon in the sign of that house. And then he's a Capricorn moon, and his moon is in the 6th house, which is the Virgo house. And I'm a Virgo sun. So he's got one of his personal in the house of Virgo, and I have it in the sign of Virgo. And you see, my sun is in the 5th house, which is the house of Leo, and he's a Leo rising. Another example is I do have Mars in the 6th house, which is the house of Virgo, and he's got it in Virgo. So we both have Virgo energy when it comes to our Mars signs. And it's not just Mars. We basically have every planet, personal and generational, connected either by the sign that is in the complementary sign, the same ruler, or houses. So again, when he has Mars in Virgo, I do have it in the house of Virgo. We both have Virgo energy when it comes to our Mars. So that again is sameness, Virgo energy, but yet different. One has it in the sign, the other has it in the house. I think the only thing we do have in opposites is I do have Venus in the 4th house and he has it in the 10th. So we do have an opposition going on. But again, opposing signs are absolutely fine. They're good. Complementary sign, opposing signs are good if you do have complementary stuff. And every other planet here, we do have either the yin yang when it comes to the shared planet, or the shared ruler, or houses. So you will find that a lot in high soul connections, that they do share this kind of energy. But in the Monadic Twin Flame, you will have that kind of yin yang connection. Not so much the opposing signs. Not so much the sameness, because the sameness is in having the same ruler, but that transpires differently. Of course, I'm not saying that if you do have the same sun sign, you cannot be Monadic Twin Flames, but then pretty much everything else would be the way I described it just now. And we saw here with them, they do have the same here, so I think they're mirror twins, but here they got the yin yang with Leo, but also with 1 degree Leo, it is more sameness basically, because you must have some Cancer energy as well with 1 degree Leo. I'm going to talk about this video. I will upload it. I don't know when exactly. I hope this helped. And I know I was talking a lot about myself, but just it helped me to explain the different kind of energies. I did meet soul twins. You kind of have more than one soul twin. A soul twin is a soul that has a very similar energy, but yet different. And the difference would be, for example, my sun is in Virgo, and I think I've met 3 soul twins. One was a romantic guy. It was a catalyst when I was 19. I met him. The other one is one of my brothers, and they're both Taurus energies. So it's the sameness, because we do have the sun in the same elements. But the same element, of course, is not as strong as having it with the same ruler. But there you will find a lot in soul twins. And yeah, that is something. A lot of trining energy, same element energy, could also indicate to a high level soul connection. But there would be more the soul twins, like a twin. And I'm talking about, there would be more like not identical twins. They were born together. They shared this experience. They share a lot of experiences because they share the birthday. They share their friends probably, at least when they're children. They share a lot, but yet they're different. And that is what will happen with soul twins. It's a different kind of, for me, earth energy. But still you have that shared component. Did I pronounce it right? Component? Component. Anyway, that was it. I hope you did learn something. It was a lot of rambling. It was a lot longer. I'm sorry. I did do some detours. I do have some problems concentrating today. I don't know why. But as you can see here, probably it is 24th of December. I do live in Germany, and it's Christmas in Germany. We do celebrate the 24th. We do exchange gifts on the 24th. And in Germany, we do have 2 Christmas days. So there's the first Christmas day on the 25th, and then also officially the 26th is another day of Christmas. So I have to get ready soon to go to my mom and my brother to celebrate New Year's Eve. my stepdad unfortunately has to work today, so it's just going to be me and one of my brothers who still lives with my mom because he's a lot younger than me. I was born in 82, but he was born in 2001, so 19 years age gap. So it's totally okay to live with your mom when you're 20. And so I'm going to get there soon. We're going to have Pokeballs today. I suggested that because my brother likes them. I made it for him once, and I thought my mom would like it, and it's something that's I'm a vegan, so that is something that we can do easily. And then tomorrow I have a day to myself. I would be invited to go to my parents as well, of course, but I choose not to because on the 26th I'm going to go see my other brother, and the rest of the family will be there, and his wife and kids. And tomorrow my brother will be with his wife's family. So tomorrow I do have a day off. I chose to do that. So yeah, it's Christmas today. When you will watch this, it will be past Christmas. I hope you had a nice Christmas, Dad. I have to get ready. And one fun thing totally unrelated about manifestation, I'm usually alone by myself on one of the Christmas days, usually the 25th. Again, I choose two days out of 3 with family are completely enough for me. Also, on the 25th, they often eat something that's very meaty, and I'm a vegan, so it's I could still bring my own stuff, but again, I choose to be by myself. And usually that to me is, for the last couple of years, I had my personal tradition of taco Christmas. I liked to make tacos for myself on the 25th on Christmas. And fun thing is, on the 26th we were invited by my brother, and all of a sudden he was like, we are making tacos, we are having Christmas tacos. So that is a manifestation going on right there. For me, I connected Christmas with tacos. It's again not a family tradition, it is my own. On that day I am by myself. And now my brother's like, oh, we're having Christmas tacos on the 26th. And I was like, oh, funny, Christmas tacos. But then I was like, oh no, what I'm going to do on the 25th, I still don't know. I may order something in, maybe Thai or Indian food, I have no idea. Maybe I'll cook, I don't know yet. I'm not going to have tacos on 2 days. I just had tacos last week. I like tacos, obviously, and they're so easy to veganize with beans and stuff. So that's something that it would be, I'm the only vegan in the family, so that everybody's happy with tacos or Pokeballs today. So anyway, that you can manifest as well, Christmas tacos. I hope you are having or have had a wonderful Christmas time, and I don't know if I'm going to upload this before the new year. We will see. But I wish you all the best. Have nice holidays. Even if you're not celebrating Christmas, have nice Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate. And please like, subscribe, and share. I know this video was not my best. It was a lot of rambling. I hope you still got the information you need out of it. I know I was talking a lot about myself. I mean, taking my own birth chart here, it's just the easiest way for me to explain, and doing the example with Virgo and Pisces energy just to make it clear. But of course you can apply that to any opposing energies. They're just opposing, they're completely different. They have what the other sign lacks, basically. They're polar opposites, so that can be a bit harsh. However, when you are going to watch the Ben and Jennifer video, you will see that too much sameness, however, can be harsh as well. You can make it work. You can make everything work. Learn about manifesting. You can make everything work. You can turn every square into a trine if you learn to connect with a different energy and a different archetype within yourself. And so don't fret if you see, oh, we have all of the opposing energies. Then you just have to really learn the other person's language, and also you need to check how is this working out in Synastry, because It may be, one person has Virgo sun, nothing Pisces, but then their sun would fall into the other person's Pisces house, or their sun would fall into your Pisces house, activating that kind of energy. That could happen as well, of course. In Twin Flames, we are going to check, do you have shared energy? Because Twin Flames do have some similar energy. They must have. Split Twin Flames because they share the oversoul, and Monadic Twin Flames because they are the same soul. So of course they must have shared energy. However, even if you're not Twin Flames because you're just polar opposites, you can still make it work. Absolutely. You need to watch Synastry and the composite chart to see how it translates, because it could be that in a composite you could have a strong Pisces energy when you merge the energies, which means the other person may activate what you lack. That is possible. It doesn't have to be like this, but it is a possibility. So you need to check that in order to find out, are we just a total mismatch? Would it be easier for me to find another person that I have more in common with, or can this energy I completely lack be activated? It is possible. Okay, so never fret, never ever fret. We can manifest. Learn about Neville Goddard's teaching. We're just talking about energies here, but you can manifest. And if you're interested in your own personal reading, tarot reading, check out my other channel, Magic Twin Flame and Soulmate Coaching, or your own astrology analysis. Check out my other videos. You can contact me and you can book your own reading. I have to get ready now. I have to be at my parents'. I told them I would be there at like 3 and it's almost 2. And again, a lot of rambling. I hope you liked it. If you did, please help me grow my channel by liking, subscribing, sharing this video. Maybe it's important for other people to know as well. Maybe you have friends who would be interested in that. And don't forget to click the bell icon so you will be notified for more information when more videos come. I'm sorry I'm rambling today. I don't know. I have difficulty speaking today. I don't know what's going on. I'm feeling a bit dizzy today. I don't know if it's a portal day or what's going on. I'm not at my highest energy today. Anyway, I have to go now. All the best. I wish you all the happiness in the world, and I hope you have had happy holidays. Bye-bye.